Hello, folks. We're live on air. I wanted to start at exactly 4, but it's 13 minutes after 4. Not a big deal. I had to finish uploading my Clown Shoes Whammy Bar IPA, which was interesting since it wasn't even listed on the Clown Shoes website, but it was a very good India Pale Ale. I enjoyed it. Today, this afternoon, we're looking at Kentucky Dale Blended Whiskey. Okie dokie. I bought this little 200 milliliter bottle for $2. You actually had to buy 2, so I bought 2 of them, 2 for $4. If you bought a single, it would be like $4 for a single, so why not buy 2? Okay, I did another, what you would call, people might call bottom shelf, value priced, budget brand. Others might say bum juice, filth, whatever. I did the Beams 8-star. Yeah, you know, Beam, Suntory, Jim Beam. I have seen this around. I saw it in more than one store, so apparently people buy it, and it wasn't horrible. Most people said they had never heard of it. Beautiful plastic bottle. Okay, still have something to drink. Other things I got recently, somebody gave me, now this is a different story. Somebody today stopped me in the middle of doing something, and he said, okay, now I'm going to see if I can turn on my comments. Lee Russell gave me some good advice on how to do this. Hold on a second. Get off of that. Okay. He said, if you have any kind of tabs, if you have any kind of ability to do tabs, you should be able to do this. I'm like, I have that ability. It was mainly based in ignorance more than the inability to do it. So let's see. Let that load up. It may take a little minute. Get off of Google Hangouts. All right. Well, anyway, so a guy stopped me and he said, I have this. I want to give you. It's little sample bottles that somebody gave him. I don't want to get into the details. He said, you can't tell anybody, okay, who gave it to you. I said, I won't say a word, and I'm not going to say it. But he said, just so then later today, he said, I just put it in your pocket and don't say anything. Well, I didn't. I mean, I told him I'm not going to, I'm not going to put you out there. So I have this 2016 old Rip Van Winkle 10-year. It's just a little sample, what, 3 ounces, 4 ounces. But I think the guy paid like $125 for it. So I'd be curious to try it. You know, he got 750 milliliters. And then another one they gave me was this 2016 Four Roses Small Batch Limited Edition. He didn't want to drink them. He just wasn't interested, but he gave it to me. And this is owned by Mitsubishi Corporation, of all things. So you can buy a car, and then you can buy Four Roses. Okay. All right. Don't see it coming up as far as this video, but we'll try it. And I'm not trying to ignore your comments, of course. I'm not expecting a whole lot with Kentucky Dale, okay? But it may not be bad. All right. Bought this on US Highway 90. in New Orleans, Louisiana. All right. Well, you know, it's 80-20 blend. All right. At least the Jim Beam's, the Beam's 8-star, but that was from 2005. Okay. This is from this year. And it has a thing on the back. It says Kentucky 2016 to 266th day. So that was 11 years old. This is current. The Sazerac company makes Kentucky Dale, but they don't make the beans. But they also make this. I bought this today. I got a gift card, so I bought this Ancient Age. This is made at the Buffalo Trace Brewery Distillery as well. Okay, Ancient Age Kentucky straight bourbon whiskey since 1946, 80 proof. There's also what they call an ancient age. I haven't seen ancient age. Another thing about Sazerac, I'm going to show you a few more things about Sazerac. I've got their website. I'm going to have that posted. They own just hundreds of brands. One is Buffalo Trace. So this here, Kentucky Dale, is made in Frankfort at the Buffalo Trace Brewery, but they'd rather not like champion that particular brand. There's an article in the paper today. New Orleans-based Sazerac buys distillery to make Tennessee whiskey. Just today. And we love this alcohol beverage news, don't we? By Bruce Schreiner of the Associated Press. And there's a picture of the Sazerac company, maker of the world famous cocktail, is expanding its liquor industry holdings with the purchase of a distillery in Newport, Tennessee. Louisville, Kentucky. New Orleans-based Sazerac has taken the plunge into Tennessee whiskey production, continuing an expansion strategy highlighted by its purchase of Southern Comfort. The family-owned, privately held company said Thursday it purchased a distillery in Newport, Tennessee for an undisclosed price. Sazerac said it expects to begin producing Tennessee whiskey at the distillery in early 2017. We see a lot of potential in the distilling capabilities of this operation, said Sazerac president and CEO Mark Brown. The company said it's long been interested in expanding to Tennessee whiskey production. The dominant Tennessee whiskey brand is Jack Daniel's, the flagship brand of rival Brown-Forman Corporation. Sazerac purchased the iconic Southern Comfort brand from Brown-Forman, their rival Brown-Forman, earlier this year in a $542.4 million deal that also includes Tuaca, a premium liqueur brand, the core brand. Sazerac has an extensive lineup of whiskeys, vodkas, gins, tequilas, and other spirits. Sazerac is looking to further tap into a growing market for American whiskeys. Combined U.S. revenues for bourbon, Tennessee whiskey, and rye whiskey shot up 7.8% to $2.9 billion in 2015, up $210 million from the prior year, according to the Distilled Spirits Council. So, and they produce a lot of really high-end and then lower-end stuff like this. So, all right, let's check this out. We'll go back to the article. And I'm trying to get that to come up where you can talk to me, but it doesn't look like it wants to work today. Okay. The aroma is, okay, give me a chance. I'm trying. Maybe it'll come up on the Google Plus page. Don't think so, but maybe. Okay, I'm trying to pick up an aroma. I'm not getting. It's like some kind of water. Okay, I think I got it now. I'll be able to respond to comments, I think. Strange. It's you get the sting of alcohol, but you don't really get a lot of aroma here. It's very peculiar. Yes, well, you know, 20% alcohol. All right, here we go. Still learning, people. All right, let's go with the taste. I'm not sure. All right, the chat's starting to come up. Raining on Your Parade says, been getting into whiskeys these last few weeks. I noticed that it has a good nighttime buzz. Perfect for watching TV or playing on the computer. Whiskey can be very expensive. Ain't that the case? Or in this case, very inexpensive. Not that I'm saying that that's a good thing. I'm just observing what exists. Merry Christmas from Cadiz, Kentucky, says Lawrence Hartnett. Merry Christmas to you, Lawrence. Wheatkeep says, it's been a while since I've had whiskey. Renz82 says, hi, Jay. Hi, Renz. Okay, Renz, I'm surprised on your whiskey review. You told me you never do whiskey reviews. Oh, well. Hey, you know what? That was the plan, Stan. I wasn't going to do whiskey until 2028 because I thought it was going to take 12 years to get through brandy and sherry. But then, you see, that started to break down because I said, well, I could do port. I guess I could do port wine, white port. Why? I guess it wouldn't hurt to do some Marsala and some Madeira. And then things started to break down because then this gin got introduced. And then, so I said, well, why go along with these self-imposed restrictions? There's no sense to it. But I do want to get to the brandy. It's just like that's how I like to do things. I want to march through. I want to get through this. I want to get through that. Okay, so you know the flavor here it seems less rich than the Beam's 8-star. Sort of a flat. It's kind of papery. If that makes any sense. In a way, neutral. Well, you know, 80% neutral grain spirits. It's just kind of like a faint but yet mellow taste of alcohol. I cannot say to you that this Raining on Your Parade says no reason to limit yourself to one beverage. I agree with that. I did in 2011 start doing the fortified wines, and we'll do those a little bit. And then I was saying, no, I can't do it too much. I'm betraying beer. And then I started to think, as time went on, what does that mean, betraying beer? How can you betray a beverage? There's like no sense to this. What is this betraying a product? So then I said, I'm just going to throw the baby out with the bathwater. This is craziness. So now it's all, it's like everything's on the table. Wine, beer, wine, and spirits. One bourbon, one scotch, and one beer. That's just the way it. Why not be more liberal? Okay. So, I mean, all I can say about this is I don't know why anybody would buy it. It's not like trash, garbage, filth. Like in the beer world, the really low end stuff, like your camos, your true bum juice, your side pocket. I've never had that, but I can just imagine. I've had the dog bite, the Jaguar, high gravity malt liquor. Those are really horrendously bad. I'm thinking even if I was a dead Skid Row alcoholic, I mean, I would not buy that. Like, how could you drink it? I mean, you could buy this. This is 40% alcohol, and it doesn't have much taste, no bad taste, just really no taste, essentially. So you could drink this. You could mix it with, what would they mix it with? Coca-Cola, some kind of soft drink, Seagram's ginger ale or something. I don't know. It's fine. I mean, you could mix it with hot tea. It's a light to medium body. The finish is drying, really. Oh, okay. Back to the article. So Sazerac didn't do a bad job with this. I mean, it's coming from Barton Distillery, Buffalo Trace. I'm sure they have a competency to put out something like this. Market continues to develop and evolve. We believe there will be further whiskey style segmentation within the category, as said Sazerac spokesman Amy Preskey. We believe that Tennessee whiskey as a style will be a part of that evolution, and we want to fully participate in that evolution. Bourbon and Tennessee whiskey exports in 2015 topped $1 billion for the third straight year. Sazerac said it hasn't officially coined a brand name for its Tennessee whiskey, so they're making it. They haven't even come up with a name of it for it yet. Chuck Cowdery, an American whiskey writer and author of Bourbon Straight, said how big a player Sazerac becomes in Tennessee whiskey is an open question. It's a gamble, he said. It's not by any means a sure thing. It really remains to be seen if there actually is a Tennessee whiskey category other than Jack Daniels. The acquisition was limited to the Avery Trail Distillery and does not include any brands, the company said. So it just bought the distillery itself, the production stuff. All of the East Tennessee Distillery's employees will be retained. Master Distiller John Lunn and Master Blender Alyssa Henley, Sazerac said, both bring considerable whiskey making experience as former distillers of George Dickel Tennessee whiskey. Okay. Lunn and Henley said they look forward to creating a new Tennessee whiskey. Quote, anytime you're making a really good quality product, there's going to be room for that, unquote, Lunn said. Sazerac said it will follow what is known as the Lincoln County process. I'm almost finished, which requires whiskey to be filtered through maple charcoal before being aged in unused charred barrels made out of oak. The filtering requirement makes up the principal difference from making bourbon. And to finish up, Sazerac is one of New Orleans' oldest family-owned companies, tracing its New Orleans history to 1850, though some of its products have even older connections, like their absinthe and their Picard's bitters, I think. Earlier this month, the company announced plans to develop a museum at Canal and Magazine Streets dedicated to the Sazerac and many other facets of local cocktail history. It will have a gift shop and will also house offices for the company's local staff. In addition to its New Orleans operations, Sazerac has locations in Frankfort, Kentucky, Bardstown, Kentucky, Louisville and Owensboro, Kentucky, Fredericksburg, Virginia, Carson, California, Baltimore, Maryland, Lewiston, Maine, Manchester, New Hampshire, and Montreal, Canada, and Quebec, Canada. So we're talking about a huge company. Okay, well, anyway, haven't tried the Ancient Age, and I've never even seen the Ancient Age. I tried the Kentucky Dale. Okay, it's not a horror. It's just not a nothing. You should do a review on Booker's Uncut Bourbon. It's a Jim Beam brand. Yeah, I'm gonna have to look into that, Reed. I got so much backstock right now, it's total craziness. I mean, it's gonna take forever and a year to do it all. What is our opinion on Scotch plus cigar reviews? My opinion is that I was buying stuff today, and I bought the Ancient Age and the what's the other one I bought? Ancient Age. Can't remember what I bought. but I should have bought the 100 Piper Scotch, which is a famous old brand. But I bought the Ancient Age and the 10 High, Ancient Age and 10 High. You know, here's Cheyenne Extreme Menthol, so 100. So you could do that. It'd probably pair well with Kentucky Dale, don't you think? Cheyenne Menthol 100s. That might be a kind of an appropriate. But I think the Beams 8-star has a little more going for it. In fact, a lot more going for it. So I could do a side-by-side one day and don't think it would be much of a contest. I think the Beams 8-star would knock the Kentucky Dale off the screen. But we'll see. All right, so I guess that's it. I expected the worst, but I didn't get the worst. I just got a bad case of the blahs. Hey, but that's not too bad. If you're thinking something's going to be horrendous, like a camo type experience, and all it is just like sort of, like I say, blah, tasteless, like nothing. That's not too bad. You can deal with tasteless. You can deal with inert. Like my father says, it tastes like inert. I said, what do you mean inert? He says, it's like inert. It's like it doesn't move. It just this situation. So that's what this is basically. Oh, well, I won't waste it, but I won't exactly enjoy it by any stretch of the imagination. But I cannot honestly say it's bad. If you want to get rid of $4 plus tax, this could be something to get. But then you could pay $1.89 and get 375 milliliter of this. But then you could pay $9.99 and get 750 milliliters. You know, it's, oh, I'm sorry, $10.99. The 10 High was $9.99. So the 10 High was $9.99 and the Ancient Age was $10.99. All right, that's enough of this. Thanks for watching this live hangout, people. Oh, any last opinions or comments? Drink real Jim Beam. Cheers. Tim, I cannot argue with that demand. But apparently this is real, but they don't put Jim on it. They don't have the gall to put Jim on it. They just put Beam and then try to walk away and hope you don't notice and just hope that the people they're targeting it to buy it. Hey, well, you know, they make it. I don't make it. Thanks for watching this video production.